Alright, so my name is Miquel, this is Kaustubh, Kevin and Mark. We're team number 18, they're team number 16. We named our robot child and the robot parent because basically what happens here is a process of education where the parent is going to educate the child. So the child is going to learn from the parent over a lifetime period, but we can scale to just a few minutes.
So, but the parent has a fixed aggression curve, while the child will learn each time, and it will be random each time as well. For each run, the child will progress through time, so starting from childhood, adolescence, and go to adulthood.
Okay. Now I'll talk about the program for the parent. So what the parent does is that it has like an aggression curve, a predefined aggression curve, and it will have an aggression value for 10 seconds. What it does is that at the start it will send a singing signal to the child that it is going to communicate, and the way it communicates the aggression to the child is by means of beeps. So it will send out beeps at some frequency which the child will decipher, and it will understand what is the frequency. And what is happening is that since the child might miss out some pulses which can be thought of like misunderstanding between the child and the parent, and the parent is actually social but the child thinks it is more aggressive or maybe more timid. So the way we have scaled the aggression is 0 corresponds to timid, 50 corresponds to social, and 100 corresponds to aggressive. So we have like 6 values in between from 0 to 100, and that is our, you can say, the aggression profile, and it's fixed for the parent. So for example, for this particular run, for the first 10 seconds, the parent is going to be social, then it will start to become more timid, and then it will be, all of a sudden it will become more aggressive, and then again it will start becoming more and more social, and it will end up being social.
So the child needs to react to the parent's aggression levels. And so how we do that is we created a way to take the child's current aggression level and then the child's perception of the parent's aggression level, and take those and we plug those into 3 different value functions which dictate whether the child's going to change to be more aggressive, less aggressive, or stay the same. And so those 3 different value functions were formed to take 2 input arguments, being the child's aggression level and the parent's aggression level. And those were made in order for, they were defined in order to define the chances that if the child is aggressive and the parent is aggressive, how the child will react, or all the different scenarios. And all those value functions grouped with the softmax function are used in order to change how the child will change its aggression level. And so, sort of coupling all these ideas, it kind of brings up like the nature versus nurture sort of argument, because we have to also program in an initial value for the child. It has to be born, so to say, social, or born aggressive, born timid. From there, this parent sort of nurtures it into like a very aggressive adult who's just terrible to be around, or a very shy adult who's like never social. So we'll see what happens when we run it. They exhibit their aggression through the frequency of their beeping and how fast they move.
When they bump into each other, they will move back with the same speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sync up with Bluetooth.
Okay. So now both of them are synced.
listening. And the child is pretty social right now too. She's going at like a medium speed. She got to be
The
quiet.
parent
right
is
now.
becoming more timid now because the speed is really low.
Gotta be quiet when they're listening. So the child has kind of followed and become timid after the parent got timid.
So the child is now becoming social. Now all of a sudden,
The parent got really aggressive.
it's kind of hitting the child.
He's very mad at the child.
So the child's perceived as to become more timid. No, the child's still pretty timid because it's getting beat up by the parent. So the child's increased a little bit in socialness. It's at 30 right now.
Because the parent is turning social now. So they can
Oh, and that's the end of that program. Now the child is dead now.
it committed